It's January 25th, 2025, and this is going to be your self-love reading. All right. Something to love about yourself. Where can you be more patient with yourself? Where can you be kinder with yourself? And then energies and strategies to draw on. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So we have one major arcana here, which is coming in as something to love about yourself, the Hermit. And then we have two Wands cards, a Cup card, and a Pentacles card. And we're going to start with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So, we're going to take this as the underlying energy for today's reading. So, I feel that this is a call to not put too much emphasis on the material side of life. Instead, it's important to focus on gratitude and let go of excessive attachment to possessions. It is a time to surrender and trust that everything will work out as it is meant to. And that's so profound for me, the fact that this card, the energies speak to surrendering. I fully surrendered to Source I was going to say it. I think around mid-November, through December of 2024. So just a few months ago. And I fully surrendered to Source. So you'll have a calling, guys. It may be like, well, how do I do that? But for me, it was just a straight up calling. Like, I knew what it was that I could do to show Source that I was fully surrendering. So however that looks to you, I would definitely take time to to take a look at that. And obviously I feel that is what you're doing at this time, with the Hermit coming out here. Something to love about yourself is that it's like you're, while this is kind of the underlying energy here in the reading, to me it's coming off as if, like, imagine like up, in the upright, right? The Four of Pentacles speaks to kind of like possessiveness, clinging on to things, right? Or so you can take that as, again, yes, material things, but maybe even energetically, like just holding on to energies that no longer serve, and I'm getting feelings of like not fully letting energies go. So take a look if that resonates to you. Or I guess what I was saying, if that resonates with you, take a look, into that kind of specific, into those specific energies of, have I not let something go? Where can I let go? How can you transmute the energies, right? Because energy is neither created nor destroyed, so essentially it has to be processed or transmuted or alchemized, Yes, thank you. This is what I was trying to say, and it's like I wasn't saying it very well, but I see it here. This could include and letting go in any area of your life where you have been trying to overly control an outcome. This could include holding on to unresolved situations with people, anxiety over finances or possessions. All that is stored energy, right? So again, just maybe it would help you if this is resonating with you to, maybe look up videos on YouTube on letting go or clearing energies or energetic cord cuts, all these things. It's all mental, guys, all right? There's no, I'm still earlier on in my spiritual journey, but nonetheless, I mean, I'm going on about, I'd say, 3 years, a little less than 3, but for me, again, everything's internal. All the answers are within. You don't have to do anything necessarily, like, what was the word I was trying to find? So I don't know why. I feel like a little slow with this reading, or like blocked, like it's not coming as fluidly. But yeah, so this, I think you've reached that point. You've come to the pinnacle now where, as I was just talking about with myself, like in fully surrendering, you're like, okay, something needs to change, from this where you were, something needed to change, something needs to change, and you feel that internally. So this could also speak to releasing past lovers. So, all right, so we're gonna lay that back there, and then we're going to move over to the Hermit, and the Hermit is coming in as something to love about yourself. So the Hermit, right off the bat, guys, something to love about yourself. The fact that you've come to this pinnacle, right, this point, and you have, I'm going to call it the power, the strength. It's not even that. You have the aptitude, you have the understanding enough to understand that, you're being called right now, essentially, just from, your inner being, that it's time to kind of be with yourself, because you need to do some self-reflection, right? To kind of get out of where you were just holding on to things that no longer served you, essentially. So, because not everyone can or will allow, hermit mode time in their life where they, can be with themselves and enjoy their own company. And, I'm not saying total, like, go off into the woods for 5 years type of thing, but even as simple as just like going within, but nonetheless, you have here the ability to do so. The energy is here, but the Hermit speaks to self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, withdrawal, solitude, but most importantly, a search for self. And that is absolutely something to love about yourself, because again, not everyone has, the ability. I don't know why I cannot really speak well today. And so with the Hermit, it's like you have this, like, almost like this ancestral call, or just maybe, just the ability to, do what's needed, do the hard work, do the self-growth, the inner growth, the ascension. The Hermit is a seeker of the knowledge that comes from within. A lonely wanderer on the path of night, he searches for that which can only be gained with long periods of solitude, the inner voice. This can be a pause in your love life to introspect and gain a self-understanding and love. This can also speak to contemplating next steps in career or searching for your purpose in career. And this can also speak to contemplating the role of finances in happiness. And Just as the Four of Pentacles in the reverse was speaking to, this, the Hermit upright speaks to less focus on material things. So basically it's like the energy is clear or repeating, right? Giving you another similar message that yes, perhaps here your focus, because again, your focus, you can see it here too in the Four of Cups, how the character in this card is just focused on perhaps things that are no longer serving him, when, you know, the universe is trying to get you to kind of look up, or look, you know, they're like, look over here, but you're not like heeding that, but you weren't, I should say. But again, you're starting to kind of wake up now. So yes, that's definitely something to love about yourself. Keep going in that energy. Never be afraid to take this chance to reflect, as it could help you clear your mind of all the clutter that comes with everyday life. Again, clutter, guys, material things. So if you guys have been feeling stressed or looking around, you know, your home, and or, you know, your place of your sanctuary, essentially, wherever that is, however that looks like to you, if you feel there's a lot of clutter or it's just not clean, I mean, even things like wiping down surfaces, you know, dusting, that, all that kind of stuff is important. You know, cleaning, keeping your floors clean. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to wear, you know, shoes inside my house. I like to take them off by the door. So anything like that. If, and my mind always goes to, you know, take a look at your closet too, clothing, things you haven't worn in a while. But, you know, it's okay, guys, also to like donate stuff. And if you can let go of the, again, the material, or the, you know, the thinking in terms of like, oh, but what can I get? It's like, it's just energy, you know, everything's energy, even money. But clothing items, it's just sitting there, not being used, it's just sitting there. So think about it in terms of someone else can get to use it. And even if you paid $100 for something and only get 20 back, that's, you know, 20 is still, I guess, 20 is still more money than zero, right? I mean, so I encourage you to, you know, and even, again, just even if you can't sell stuff, you know, stuff's been sitting around for a while, it's okay to donate. I mean, I've donated, you know, I can't even tell you, you know, the amount of money wise, but it feels good, guys. Like, you might first be like, oh, but once you give it away and you go back home and you're like, it's done. Like, there's nothing to even worry about. Like, nothing has changed. It was all the stuff sitting in a bag, just in a closet, and now the bag with the stuff is just being used by others, and it's actually a really great feeling. Like, you know, you're just kind of moving the energy. So we'll move on, but I just really felt I needed to talk about that. Like, cleanse your space, cleanse the energies, move things around. You know, there's, things are just things, right? So if you feel like you've been wanting to get rid of stuff, you know, go with it. Go with that feeling. So, all right, so then we're going to move over to the Queen of Wands. Where can you be more patient with yourself? So the Queen of Wands, this card symbolizes the growth that takes place along the journey to becoming a strong and self-assured individual. So essentially, be patient, guys, and, you know, as you go along your journey, and also be patient with yourself, because I already felt it in the energy, but it's also being reiterated here that you are becoming a strong and self-assured individual. Like, you are headed in the right direction, essentially. So that in and of itself should bring you some peace of mind, right? And bring you some more patience, because everything, you're where you're supposed to be, and everything will work out as it's supposed to. You know, you're becoming, I feel, just a more cheerful and confident lover, and more independent. I feel that in your next relationship, you're going to be more open than you have been in the past with other relationships. And this is all because of, your mindset to accept going, to hermit mode and doing the work, that's needed. And it's like, I say work that's needed. I personally, when I've been in hermit mode, I've honestly, to be truthful with you guys, have never actually felt like it was work. I might have been bummed during this period, but I didn't feel that it was work. I felt that it was, I needed it. My soul needed it. And every time I've come out of hermit mode, I've always come out stronger and more in my frame and more self-assured and more, more of an advocate for myself, if you will. So just beautiful energy, guys. This also speaks to whether you are aware of it or not, you are inspiring or leading others at work or business. And whether you feel this or not, you will be and you will get into the energy of making strong financial decisions, as well as having an increased confidence making financial decisions. The Queen of Wands acts as an extrovert, enjoying healthy and inspiring competition. Such a person is able to create an atmosphere of confidence that attracts others. So super beautiful, guys. Like this is the energy that you exude. And so whether, because again, this is coming into an area to be more patient with yourself. So again, it's okay. Don't feel like you have to rush or anything, essentially. You're right where you need to be. Take the time to self-reflect and, know that you're building yourself up to be a really just strong, self-assured, and confident individual. And that can take time, and that's okay, but you're headed in a beautiful direction. You're lighting the path ahead on your journey. All right, so we're going to move over to the Ten of Wands. And this is coming in place for where can you be kinder to yourself. I mean, definitely you can see right off the bat in the depiction of the Ten of Wands that, the character in the card, they're burdened. They have a lot of responsibility. They feel they may have a lot of duty, stress, obligation, or they could be experiencing burnout or struggles. The Ten of Wands represents burden, responsibility, and service to others. This card often shows up when you feel worn down by stress and or expectations placed on you by others or yourselves. This can indicate a heavy burden in love or simply stress creating issues in the relationship. This can speak to being overworked or having experienced work burdens, that were carried alone. Like you needed help from colleagues, or not even colleagues, but even you just needed more help at work and you weren't necessarily given any additional resources. And I feel like you may have experienced a bit like more back-to-back large unavoidable expenses. But understand, guys, all this stress, the Ten of Wands represents the completion of a cycle and indicates that the weight of these responsibilities, whatever they are, will soon become lighter. However, you are invited to let go and be real with yourselves about what you can handle. And I feel like kind of going back to the underlying energy here with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It's basically, again, just another call to let go, guys. Whatever's just not serving your highest good anymore. I mean, this definitely does speak to, I think, again, material things. But also, again, like, that could speak to just people's energies in general that you haven't let go of. But you're being called to let go, definitely. So I feel like that's a pretty prominent message here. And essentially, just where can you be kinder to yourself? I mean, you've gone through a lot, so thank your body, for getting you through this, and be kind to your body, give back to your body, however that looks to you. Everyone's different, but it's simple things, right? Like, move your body. There's many different ways to move the body. Move the body, keep the body clean, protect the body, protect the energy, protect your soul, and just, be gracious, be grateful, and just, a reminder that this is the energy that you're, that is essentially yours to claim, right? And I feel that I can see that your energy is like the path, right? You're on your way to this. So everything just all the stress will soon become lighter. All the responsibilities you feel, all the struggle, because just also right ahead, you see the castle is right in front of the character. So if he, just kind of lets go of these, responsibilities, burdens, whatever it is that's essentially no longer serving your highest good, then your castle will be there, along your journey, or it will be available to you if you so wish it, right? As within, so without. All right, and then energies and strategies to draw on. I mean, again, kind of a small call here, another reminder call to let go, like let go of whatever it is that you're focused on right now. That is no longer serving your highest good. And because, it's like, I feel like, again, I had said earlier, but it's like, it's like your guides, source, universe, they're trying to give you your pretty cup here. So, but I think, you understand that you need to do some inner work. You have some calling of some kind to do that. So let's see, Four of Cups in the upright. So energies and strategies to draw on. And also, if I didn't say it earlier, what I had wanted to say initially is when I first saw the card, when I pulled it out, what was did I talk about? I did talk about letting go, but I just lost it again. Is to open yourself up to receiving your gifts, okay? That's just like what I'm seeing here, like what energies to draw on. Well, it's to connect, it's to start connecting with your inner being, but also, your guides in the universe, because I feel like they're trying to communicate with you, and you've been shut off, which is, it's okay, we all get there when we get there, but I feel like the call is there. You have an inkling of some sort that you need to like dive deep within into yourself, right? So the card goes a little further to say that this card signifies that there are opportunities flowing toward you, but you have shut yourselves off from receiving the gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. So, if that resonates for you, if you have been hurt in the past and you think that's affecting you, you'll know, if it resonates, right? You'll just kind of feel it within, like, yeah. Then yeah, take a look at perhaps how to, heal from whatever it is that you think is affecting you guys. There's so many tools and resources out there. And I'm gonna pull an advice card to close. The King of Swords. I feel like you're gonna meet essentially, because it's a pair, right? The king and queen. That you're gonna meet someone along your path, and literally, like, if we want to go off symbolism, it could, maybe you guys do have a cat or cat people and perhaps this person either I feel like when I say either has like a dog or no pets, or they could have a bird. But if it's a bird, they're gonna have like one hell of a bird, I feel like, but nonetheless, I feel like you guys are gonna be like, opposites that attract type of thing, but you guys are gonna, your base values are gonna be aligned. But yeah, you're just gonna meet someone, that's really in their power. She's holding her staff, he's holding his sword, right? I just yeah, guys, there's some pretty powerful energies here. I'm happy to see that. This is a really awesome reading. So I feel, this person that you meet, guys, just essentially they're going to be disciplined. They're going to have integrity, morality, high standards, and they may come off as serious or strict, on the exterior. But this person's going to have high standards for love. And they're going to be, they're going to have control of their emotions. They're going to be disciplined with finances, and they're going to act logically. And due to that word specifically, where did that noise come from? Well, whatever. Okay, so because that word specifically pops out, I am taking this as a masculine energy. So I definitely feel that this self-love reading today, for the majority, was for the feminine collective. I just have to speak it how it is. Of course, roles can always be reversed. And just know that essentially you're just going to meet like a solid counterpart, essentially, right? Someone that could rise to the level type of thing. But that's for you to decide, right? So and then I think as a final message for you, so this was because I did pull as an advice card. The King of Swords also tells us not to be too rigid or make decisions based on assumptions. Never. And if you've yet to read the 4 agreements, I would highly recommend doing so. And one of the agreements is to never assume. Inform yourself as much as possible before jumping to any conclusions. So that's gotta resonate for someone. Nice, guys. I enjoyed that reading, and I'll see you in the next one.